Hey Tech Timers, this is Andre of Andre's Tech Time and Product Reviews, where I review cool tech and everyday products that will make your lives just a little bit easier. And today I am coming to you live with no jive as I give you the lowdown on Umidigi's brand new smartwatch, the Uwatch 2S. And the S stands for sexy. Can you dig it? So before I get down to the nitty-gritty, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell all below. So I've had this watch for a few days now. This is brand new, hot off the press. This is the Umidigi Uwatch 2S, and in my previous video I did an unboxing, and we're just going to take a quick look at it. So as usual, nice Umidigi box, 2S. There you go. Let's take a look. Let's get it out. As usual, Umidigi always has a nice thank you card and some information on the back of the card. Get that off to the side. There's the watch. Beautiful watch. Now I'm assuming that the S in 2S stands for sport, but for me, stands for sexy. Let's go ahead and put this right here. Of course, you've got your USB charging cable, and it's the same charging cable that comes with all of the other Umidigi Uwatches. A2 proprietary. So see that? And of course, you've got your detailed user manual. Very easy to use, quite a few languages, and some more information on the back of the manual. So that's what we've got in the box. Let's take a look at some specs. Okay, so taking a look at the Umidigi Uwatch 2S specs. Unfortunately, Umidigi does not list the processor on their website. I'm assuming that it's either the same processor as the previous model or just a slight upgrade, but we'll take a look at that. The operating system is proprietary. The display is a 1.3-inch color TFT LCD with a 240 by 240 resolution. The watch size is 44 millimeter. The RAM and ROM not listed on their website. The battery is a 200 milliamp per hour lithium polymer, and that's slightly larger than the previous model. Once again, we'll get to that previous model in just a moment. Daily use mode is 15 days. Standby mode is 40 days. For the sensors, it has PPG heart rate sensor, 3-axis acceleration sensor, 3-axis geomagnetic sensor, and a capacitive proximity sensor. It's compatible with Android 4.4 and iOS 8.0 or above. The wireless connectivity is Bluetooth 5.0. It comes in the following colors: space gray, white, rose gold. The watch materials, it's made out of aluminum and high-grade plastic. The strap is TPU. It's 22 millimeter, and the syncing app is the Fit. Now that we've got all of that out of the way, let's get a move on. Let's get a groove on. So exactly what is the Umidigi Uwatch 2S? Well, the 2S is the latest and greatest smartwatch / fitness tracker from Umidigi. It's been out, I guess, for just about a week or so. I've had it for 5 days. It is also the upgrade to the Umidigi Uwatch 2. Now, there are similarities, but there are also some major differences. One of the biggest differences that you'll notice right away is the screen brightness. On the 2S, it's much brighter than on the 2. The 2 has 5 levels of brightness, but it still doesn't get as bright as the 2S, which only has 3 levels of brightness. They are both constructed very, very well. The screen, I don't know if you can make that out, but the area that is displayed is like a square. So it has very large bezels, just like on the 2S. I'm sorry, on the 2. I hope that in the next version, the watch faces and the applications will be able to utilize the entire screen. There's a little button right here that you use to turn on and off the watch, the face, and do other stuff. The watch straps are removable on both watches, 22 millimeters, so you can replace them anytime you want. But also you'll notice that here on the flip side that we've got different sensors. We've got new and improved on the 2S. And the 2S is kind of like a combination of the 2 and the GT, because although the top of the watch and the operating systems are similar, on the bottom of the watch you can see that it's very much the GT. So that's what's going on with the differences as far as the physicality. Once again, if you want to see these two watches in action, just go ahead and check out the link at the end of the video. So now we're going to go ahead and dive into this bad boy, the Umidigi Uwatch 2S. Okay, tech timers. So I really like what Umidigi did with the operating system on the Uwatch 2S. So I would say although it's similar to the Uwatch 2, I think that it's a major upgrade. So let's take a look. I'm going to scroll down from the top, and we've got brightness. So that's the lowest, second, and then that's the brightest. We've got a mute, and what that does is there's no speaker on this. It actually just turns off the buzzing. So when there's an alarm set and you don't want it to buzz or vibrate. This is for stopwatch. Let's get out of that. Weather. And of course, we've got settings. So mute, once again, that's just to mute the buzzing or the vibration. Once again, we've got a brightness level. We've got a compass, which is really great because the original, the previous two models, the Uwatch and the Uwatch 2, do not have this feature. So let's go back. And once again, I don't know if you can see that little round button underneath the screen there. That's what I'm pressing on. So let's go back. And you can see the blue link. It's blue. It indicates that I'm connected via Bluetooth to my smartphone. If it were red, I wouldn't be connected. You've got the battery indicator, and then you've got the time. So I'm going to scroll up. I'm going to scroll to the right. It takes me to the sleep app. Actually, let's see. Okay, so just that information there. Swipe again. It's going to show the steps that I've taken so far with this particular watch. And then swipe again to the right, and it just shows the exercising that I've done. Not much, just enough to get a little bit into the watch, so you'll see what's going on. And if I scroll to the left, back to the screen, home screen, then it shows the same screens, just in reverse. As a matter of fact, as you can see, I can scroll endlessly to the right or to the left. Okay, so let's go back to the watch face. Let's scroll up and let's go into training. Training is walking, running, cycling, badminton, basketball, football, treadmill, exercise, climb, tennis, yoga, dance, skipping, jump roping, and training. So what's cool about this is that you actually have 14 different activities, whereas in the previous model there were only 9. So if I click on walking, which is what I do a lot, you'll see that it brings up the time, and it's counting how long I've been walking. It's got the kilometers, calories burned, beats per minute, the heartbeat, and steps. So if I press the little button there, I can pause it. I can click on the little X there. That would tell the watch that I'm not done, and it will resume. Or I can just click on the check mark, and that will save that workout session. Make sure that when you're done with one of your workouts, you always click on that little check mark, and then where it says training, always hit back. Because if you're in training and you just hit this, it won't save the session. Now it will save, you know, all of the steps and everything you've done, but it won't count it as a workout session or a walking session or running or whatever it is that you're doing. So I'm happy to report that the heart rate monitor works just as good as the previous model. Let's go back. It's got the blood oxygen level, works very well. If you saw one of my previous videos where I reviewed a blood oxygen meter, you want to make sure that this never goes over 99. And one of the things that I'm very happy about is the blood pressure monitor. Works perfectly on this watch. On the previous model, it showed the same high blood pressure reading no matter what. As a matter of fact, it was pretty, the standalone blood pressure monitor app on the Uwatch 2, pretty useless. However, if you want to know how to, if you're interested in that model and you want to know how to get it to work, be sure to watch my previous video. Just click on the link at the end of this video. So messages, I've got nothing in there. You can push your text messages and what have you from your smartphone to your watch, but you can't reply. So let's hit back. There's your weather app, and I don't have the weather set up on this, but if I did, you would see it there. Shutter would allow me to take remote pictures, you know, on my camera. And player, this would allow me to control music on my phone, you know, pause and play, skip music, next song, whatever. And then there's stopwatch, style, and this is something I really like, because what happens here is that there are only in actuality 2 faces. There's one and then there's 2. However, there's one that says custom, and what this does is it allows you to take a picture off of your phone and transfer it to your watch. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that right now. So the app is called The Fit. I'm going to go into that, and what I'm going to do is I'm on watch faces. I'm going to click edit, select picture, and keep in mind this was not a feature on any of the previous watches. I'm going to select this picture that I took of this, and I'm going to hit save, and right now it is transferring that image to the watch face. As you can see, it's saying update, and it actually takes about a minute or so. So while that's doing its thing, let's see if we can't move on because it's just going to go ahead and it's waiting. It's at 1%. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, and when it's done, we will resume. Okay, so I'm back and bad as ever. So now we can see that my watch face is now changed to my logo, and it actually took about 3 minutes to do that. So if you have the need for speed, this isn't it. So where were we? We were at style. So let's go ahead and change it back to another watch face. There you go. Let's back out of that. Scroll down. Find, and what it's doing is it just found my phone. Okay, and I just stopped it. So pretty loud. I didn't think it was going to be that loud, but pretty loud. You know, if you misplace your phone there and you want to find it, just click on find, and let's click on other, and other takes us to mute. We went through brightness, we went through the compass, so we've already been through all of that. And oops, that should be it. So as you can see, this watch does have some really cool functions that the previous model does not have. So just make sure that we covered absolutely everything. And I'm not going to go into the app because that was covered in my previous video, but I do want to mention one thing to you. when you get this watch, make sure that you go into the app and you go into where it says, let me see, I just want to double check this, where it says, okay, when you go into the application, right? Let's just start. So let's say you just launched the application. You want to click on the watch and go into others, and make sure you click on quick view and valid period set a time in there, because when you get this watch and when you flip your wrist, it will not come on. So you've got to set it in here to tell the watch to turn on. So now what we're going to do is we're going to see how fast this watch moves in relation to the other watch. So I'm going to put that on. Okay, so I've got the Umidigi Uwatch 2 strapped on, and I've got the Umidigi Uwatch 2S. Let's see which one turns on faster when I turn my wrist over. 1, 2, 3. Looks like this one came up first that time. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. Once again, the Uwatch 2 came up just a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3. That was very close, but I'm giving the edge to this one, which is funny because when I did it a few times prior to recording this segment, the 2S was coming up faster. But let's see how it all works when I throw the Umidigi Uwatch GT into the mix. 1, 2, 3. Okay, GT's lagging there. We'll try it again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, GT's definitely lagging. These two are definitely faster. Looks like the edge is going to the Uwatch 2, and I'm surprised at that because, like I said, when I tried it earlier, the 2S was waking up much faster. Let's try it one more time. 1, 2, 3. And that, as you can see, was just about the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up and let you know what I think about this brand new Umidigi Uwatch 2S. So this is it, Tech Timers. What do I think of this watch? I think that Umidigi really did a great job with this watch. I think it's sexy, first of all. I really like the screen brightness and clarity. I think that it's got superior features over the Uwatch 2. I really like the operating system. And very comfortable to wear. It's only $29.99 on Amazon. Now it's time for me to tell you the one problem that I had with this watch. When I got this watch, it was charged at 70%. I charged it up to 100, and I've used it constantly over the last 5 days and ran it down to 5%. Now I've never had a Umidigi watch run out of battery in such a short time, but I think that's my fault because what I should have done was let it charge up for several hours just to build the lithium battery back up. You know, because when you get that type of battery, sometimes you have to condition it and make sure that you bring it back up to full capacity. So when I'm done with this video, I'm going to put it on the charger for a few hours and see what happens from there. Other than that, this was going to be my new, I'll say backup watch, because as you know, I wear two watches. If you haven't seen any of my videos, you know I always have my Samsung on my left wrist, and then I usually have one of my other watches on my other wrist. The GT has been my backup watch. However, I really like this watch, and it was going to be my backup watch for my right wrist. However, Mrs. Tech Time said that she likes this watch, so it's going to be hers. But I don't want any of you out there to lose any sleep over it, because I've got another Umidigi watch coming, and you're going to want to check that out. So now I'm going to give this a rating, and I'm working on a new rating system, and I want you to tell me below which one you think is better. It's either going to be right on or right off, or groovy man, or jive turkey. So let me know which one works best for you, but this watch definitely gets a right on are a groovy, man. And that concludes my review of the Umidigi Uwatch 2S. Enough said. Keep in mind that with all of my videos, I give you the lowdown. I don't get paid to do this. I purchase all of the products with my own money, and all of the views expressed are my own. So with that, keep on trucking, and I will catch you on the flip side in my next video. Now, can you dig that?